Hello, everyone, and welcome along to this live webinar. And today, the main topic is a guide, step by step, to Lendlord. We will do an high-level overview about the platform, and then we'll deep dive into the different sections of the platform. If you have questions, feel free to write them on the chat, and we will have also time for questions and answers in the end. If you watch this video on our YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe to get more relevant content. And in today's webinar, as we do quite often, we are running a promotion to our premium plan. During this webinar time, you can get our premium plan with 50% off instead of 99 pounds, just with 49.5. Amir will put the details on the chat. And yeah, it's a great benefit for the first year. If you are not premium, go to the settings page or click on the link that Amir shared. Click on upgrade from the settings page. Then click add coupon. Here type webinar 1211, click apply, and you will get the premium plan with 49.5 for the first year. And during the webinar, we'll show you some features that included in the premium plan and not on the basic plan. All right, so let's start with a high-level overview of the platform. Now we'll switch to this mode. All right. So Lendlord, as you can see, is like we have three main sections: invest, manage, and finance. Invest is for property investors, active property investors, landlords that want to grow their portfolios. So here you have the sourcing tabs, and I will touch on each one of them, what you can get. And this is the place to find the property you want to buy at the right price, at the right time, at the right location. The deal analyzer is the way to analyze the potential return for a certain deal based on a strategy, either if it's a buy to let or buy to sell slash flip or BRR. And you can also run some future scenarios to see if for the long term it's still a good deal. Then the postcode information page. This is the place to get more information about the postcode, and I will show you in a sec how you can do that. The second section of the platform is the manage, and this section is for existing landlords. So you can manage your existing portfolio on the My Portfolio page. You can manage more than one owner in one landlord account, and you can apply filters. You can create different views to your portfolio table. You can export the data. And as you can see, if you click on the edit, we maintain more than 150 different data items on each property. So you can basically store and keep all the information you need about your properties in one place, and it can be accessed from your mobile as well. So from everywhere at any time, you can access the data about your properties and also about your tenants and tenancies, and of course, documents and more. So in the manage section, you will find the My Portfolio. You'll find the tasks module. The tasks will allow you to be on top of everything. So the platform will create tasks for you before due dates. The way to configure due dates is from My Portfolio. You can either click on the due date setup and start a wizard for each property to set up the due dates. Or when you create a new property from the edit section, you can see on each section, you will have the dates that are relevant for tasks. For instance, rate expiry date. When you define it, you will receive a notification before the expiry date. Landlord insurance, you can put the landlord insurance end date, so you will get a notification before renewal, etc. but you can also use this wizard. It's quite quick and easy to define all the due dates. So on the tasks page, you will see all the tasks that the platform created for you. You can delete those tasks. You can, or you can perform some action. For instance, on landlord insurance, you can get an online quote, or if you already renewed, just click on the V icon and enter the new end date. You can also create your own tasks by clicking on new task. You can subject it, give it a subject, title, description, and a due date. So you can also manage your own tasks. And you can also see your tasks on a calendar view. So each week or month, you can see what tasks you have to do in terms of your portfolio during this month. My documents, this is the place to manage your documents. By the way, just to be organized in terms of the time, we started with the manage section. So I will go to the invest, 1 second, after that. So as part of the high level overview, I already started to deep dive into the manage section. Okay, so my documents, this is basically the place to store all the relevant documents you have on each property, but you have different levels. So you can store common files. So for instance, if you are registered for ICO, you can upload it here, or you can upload any file you want. And this is part of our premium plan. So on the premium plan, which you can get with 50% of this webinar time, on the basic plan, you have only 5 documents. But if you want to get unlimited documents, you need to apply to upgrade to premium. And as I mentioned, you can get a coupon code to get the premium plan with 50% off during this webinar time. So let's go back to the documents module. So you have the common level, then the properties level. For each property, you can store the documents that you need. You can also add a due date to a document. So you can get basically alert when you need to update this document. You can upload the purchase agreement, gas safety certificates, EPC, EICR, floor plan, but basically any document you need or want to store on a property level. And you can use this box, upload new file, to upload any document that you want from your file system, from your computer. So this is the properties level. You also have ownership level, so you can maintain and store documents for each owner. And also, if you manage properties under companies, you can manage and store documents for each company. If you want to add companies, this is available from the settings page. Sorry, from this right top menu, you have companies here. I will not show it now, but it's basically you can add companies or portfolio owners to your account. Then after you stored all the documents, this area, share documents package, it's a great place to share documents with others. So you just need to create a new package. You can name it, and then you can select the purpose of this package. Let's say I want to send documents for a potential buyer. Click next. Then you can decide if it's a single property package, so the platform will take documents just from one property, or you want to take documents from multiple properties. Then select the property. You can decide if you want to include some other details about the property or not. And then select the documents you want to share. And click Create Package. So the platform here will create an HTML page for you with all the documents. And then you need to click on Share Package. Put the email address of the person you want to share this package with. Click on the Share button and decide on the length that this thing will be available. And this person will receive an email with a link to this package it's not a link to your Lendlord account. It's a dedicated page, HTML page with all the documents that you share, so they can download it from this page. So this is the way to share documents with others. And again, this module, My Documents and package sharing, is part of our premium plan, which you can upgrade during this webinar time using the coupon code webinar 11. Click apply, and you can get it for the first year, 50% off. The second year, you go to 99 pounds. All right, let's continue. On the manage section, you can also find the wealth tracker. The wealth tracker will take your properties from my portfolio to the category home and property. But you can add items. It can be either asset or liability, and you can select the category if it's on hand, short term or long term. And then on each category, you will have a list of subcategories. So you can actually create asset and liability statements. If you need to share it with others, you can also generate a PDF report. Mileage tracker, this is a new module, and here you can track business trips, and the platform will calculate for you several things. One is the distance, the description. You need to decide on the vehicle to see the rate here, and number of passengers, and then the platform will calculate how much you can claim. You click on Save Trip, and you will see it here, and you can generate a report and share it with your accountant. And this is a great way to track trips. You can also use the mobile app to do it on the go. The benchmarks tab. So here, basically, we have aggregated data. So I'm now in the cohort of 4 to 10 properties. So I can compare, let's say that I manage my cash flow, all the data on Lendlord. I can manage, this is a demo account, of course, but I can see where I'm located compared to others on this cohort of 4 to 10 properties in terms of net cash flow, in terms of equity level, gross yield of my portfolio, net yield, the current portfolio LTV, cash on cash. This is basically capital return on capital deployed, and average interest rate of my mortgages. So this is a nice way to get the benchmark. Yeah, the next thing is tenants. So even if you self-manage, if you use a property manager, you can still use Lendlord to track the payment schedule and the rent collection. So on my tenants, this is the place to define new tenants. So you can add tenants. Also on properties, you can also upload a CSV file if you maintain one to upload all the data at once. So this is something that you can do. So after you define the tenant and the tenancy, the platform will create for you the payment schedule. So you can track the rents that should come in, and you will get also reminders. Sorry, guys, I'm now with you. You will also get the reminders from the alerts page when you have rent payment overdue. And you can also take an action here, and you can click on send a reminder and send an email reminder to your tenant. Now, if you use our bank account linkage, so you can link your bank account to Lendlord, you can also auto track your rent payments. And then if there is missed payment or an overdue, you will get a notification. The advanced thing is to invite your tenants to their own dashboard. So Lendlord has a tenants app. So you just need to select the tenant. Then you can share some documents. There are documents that you actually have to share with your tenants, the right to rent, You can share inventory for the gas safety certificates, or you can upload any documents that you want to share, or you can use, if you recall, my documents, I already stored some documents, so you can just tick those checkboxes to share those documents with your tenant. So if you're organized and everything is managed on Lendlord, it will be very easy to onboard a new tenant. Then after you select the documents you want to share with this tenant, you click continue. Yeah, continue, send invitation. So this tenant now will receive an email with a link to create their own Lendlord account, and I don't have it available now, but they basically have some kind of an account very similar to Lendlord, but they will see the rent collection, the payment schedule, yeah, table for just for them. They will see the documents that show with them, and they can also report maintenance issues, so you can get notifications and you can manage all the communication and also keep a trail and audit on the maintenance issues. And this is more for people that self-manage their tenants. So this is also something that available on Lendlord. And last thing that I will show you on the manage section is the cash flow. So so on Lendlord, you can basically manage your income and expenses over time for each property. And you can basically, yeah, I need to find all properties with income and expenses. You can see it for subsets of properties, for the entire portfolio. The best thing to do it is to work from the transactions page. This is the best practice. So from the transactions page, you can add transactions manually. You can import a CSV file with all of your transactions and allocate them. When you allocate, you need to allocate to a specific property or to a company or the entire portfolio, which is a high level, basically a generic level to track expenses and income. And of course, you can select a category. So you can either add manually, import, or you can link your bank account. And Lendlord uses Plaid. We are an agent of Plaid, approved by the FCA to act as an agent of Plaid, which is regulated to implement the open banking by the FCA. It's a fully secured service, regulated service. Lendlord will only get I see there is a bug here. Lendlord will only get read-only access to your bank account. So the platform will retrieve every 24 hours the new transactions, and you can apply rules. So it will automatically allocate them. Um, and you can also do it manually, and you can also retrieve transactions historically. So you can set up some also historical cash flow using the bank account linkage. Uh, like in production environment, I cannot show it right now, but we have a demo on how to do it. And also on our YouTube channel, we have some videos about that. You can also, on each page, you can use the video tutorials. So we're trying to show you. So here you have a tutorial, how you can link your bank account.
How to link your bank account to.
So you can use those tutorials. On each page, you should have just the relevant tutorials for this page. Keep it in mind. And then you can also go to the reports page, and here you can generate a P&L report. You can see the property breakdown report for each property, how much income, expenses, and what is going to be the profit before tax for each property. The expenses breakdown, so you can see on each category how much you spent, and you also have an income breakdown and a tax report, which is, can give you indication. You can also, with the premium plan, you can file your tax return to your account, to HMRC directly using our integration with Untied. And you can also generate, on the premium plan, you can generate reports about your cash flow and P&L as a PDF. And as a reminder, the premium plan during this webinar time is available with 50% off. So just go to your settings page from the right top menu, click upgrade, click add coupon, webinar well 11 and click apply. And you can get it for 50% off for the first year. Then the last thing I will show you on the manage section is the interactive report, which is a great way to see a summary, a high-level overview about your portfolio. So you can see how much equity you have. You can see the level of your, like the LTV level, the loan to value. So the entire outstanding loan balance on your entire properties value. And you can see how much equity potentially you can release if you will go to 70% LTV across all of your properties. If you manage your cash flow on Lendlord, you can see some metrics about the performance of your entire portfolio, and some metrics, but you can also see the top performing properties and the worst performing properties. So perhaps it's time to make decisions on properties that the yield is not so great, the return on capital deployed is not so great. And yeah, so it's a good data to have. Some information about reminders. If you manage prospect properties from the invest part, you will see it here. And you can also go property by property. If you click on the picture in the background, you can see the data of your properties. For instance, you can update, let's say that you think that this month, this property actually worth a bit more. So you can update it also from here. Same goes for the mortgage. And you can see how much equity you have in this property, the current LTV of this property. If it's 58%, if you would decrease it to a higher LTV, how much equity potentially you can release, the performance of this property, how this property is ranked on different metrics if you compare it to other properties on your portfolio. And you can also update some values from here. So I really like this interactive report. It can provide you with a high-level overview on your portfolio. Okay, so this is the manage section. Now let's go and show you the invest part of the platform. I mean, if we have like, perhaps we can pick one question now, and then, if we have, and then we can take the others.
Yeah,
the end of the way.
perfect. So we do have a question that's just come in from Kaz. The question is, you can actually maybe see the question. It's 4 messages up.
Yeah, I see also subcategory for council tax while empty. The question started before. Deal analyzer, commercial and mixed use blocks or flats, etc. Okay, so you know what? Let me show the deal analyzer first, and then we can relate to this question.
Perfect.
Okay, so the deal analyzer in the invest part of the platform. So the invest part, this is the place to find new properties to buy, potential new acquisitions. And it starts with your watch list. Watch list is part of our premium plan. So watch list is the place to store or keep properties that you are interested in, that you found on the sourcing tabs. And on the sourcing alerts, you can define which notifications you want to get on the properties on your watch list. For instance, if you want to get a notification if price was decreased, or if it's an auction property before the auction date, and more. So let's start with on-market properties. So you can find tens of thousands of properties, and there are properties that are being uploaded every day from estate agents. You can use the filters. You can start typing an address and then a radius from this address to find properties around the area that you are looking for. You can filter by property type. And this is the premium plan. So I will show you on the basic plan. You can do all of this, but If you want to see the full address, then you need to upgrade. And again, you can use our coupon code for this webinar. Okay, if you want to, so let's click on this property. And here you can see a description, you can see the features of this property, the sale price, some information about the property, and then if you want to get some other features as a Google Map, you need to upgrade to Premium. This is our part of a Premium plan. If you want to add it to your watch list, you need to upgrade to Premium or contact the agent. And also if you want to run estimation about this property value. So everything is available on our Premium plan, which you can get during this webinar time with 50% off by clicking the coupon code, by entering the coupon code webinar 1211, click apply and get it for 50%. So let's go back. So on market properties, here you can find properties from estate agents. On the premium plan, you can add it to your watch list. You can contact the agent. You can see the agent details. You can run estimation for the property value and run estimation for the potential rental income. And you can also see a high-level analysis for the potential return if you use this property as a buy-to-let strategy or a flip. Yeah, it takes a bit more time. So here you can see the rental analysis and the flip analysis. This is based on some assumptions. So you can always click adjust and then click edit and play with the assumptions that we made for this property, or you can play with the sliders. But I will show you how to use the deal analyzer in a sec. Auctions tab, this is the place to find properties from auction houses. And you can see the auction date, the guide price, the auctioneer. And on the premium plan, you can click on place bid button and it will take you to the auction website. And you can also see the analysis here. So basically, it's better to choose lots from the day, from tomorrow onward. And this is like, so if you are looking to buy properties in auctions, you have it available in this tab. And here you can start the bid process. It will take you directly to the auction website. Then property lists. This is a way to find properties based on a category. For instance, if we say back on market, so I can put an address with a radius. It takes a few seconds, but then you get the properties with a link to the website that you can find the listing there. So for instance, if I want to see this property and I click on go to property page, it will take me, for instance, this is on the market, but you have properties from Rightmove, Zoopla. Same goes for the repossessed properties. It's actually a subset of this page, but just for this category. So you can, if you want to see properties that are under repossession, you can run a search here to find. Then sourcing alerts, which is also part of our premium plan. So here you can define alerts that you want to get for properties on your watch list. If you want to get notified on price increase, price decrease, before auction date reminder. But you can also define your own criteria and get notifications when new properties are being uploaded to the platform. Okay, so you need to select this one. So you can click on add criteria. Then again, it starts always with an address and a radius from this address. You can define a price range. And you can also define the property types you are interested in. You can also, if you want, you can define range for bedrooms. Click save. And then every day the platform will search the new properties that it gets. and you will get a notification when there is a new property matches to your criteria. So this is very powerful if you want to get notifications before everyone gets them. And this is, again, part of our premium plan, the sourcing alerts. All the properties are available on the basic plan. If you want to get it, click add coupon during this webinar time only, webinar 12/11. This is the coupon code. I mean, perhaps, I don't know if you share it or not again, you can share it on the chat. Click apply, and you can get it for 50% off. Now let's look at the deal analyzer. So the deal analyzer is the tool for you to assess the potential return of a certain deal. So it can start with the sourcing tabs, as I showed you before, and then you already get some information about the property and you can just adjust it. Or you can start from scratch. And when you start from scratch, you need to type in an address. Then decide on the strategy. It can be either buy to let, flip, or BRR. Buy to let is basically you buy the property when the purpose is to get a tenant and receive rental income on an ongoing basis. Flip is that you buy the property, you perform refurbishment, and then you sell it at a higher value. And BRR is basically a combination of those two strategies. So you buy the property, you perform a refurbishment, and then you refinance at a higher value and get tenant in to get a long-term mortgage and then get ongoing income along with the property appreciation. So this is the BRR strategy. So for this example, let's use the buy-to-let strategy. So in all strategies, you just need to input very few data items, and the platform with its own assumptions will calculate all the others for you. But of course, that you can adjust and change the details afterwards. So you can start with the purchase price and the expected monthly rent. That's it. If you don't know what should be the purchase price for this property in this area, you can click on Get Estimation. And here, basically, on the premium, in the basic plan, you have only 3. On the premium, you have you can basically run unlimited. So let me switch to the account with the premium. Where is it? I want this address. Okay. So here, basically, you can run estimation about the potential indication about the property value. So how this indication is being calculated, you need to put the property type, the internal area which the platform will fetch for you, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, the construction date, the range, interior finish quality. So for instance, if you analyze on flip and you buy the property in average finish quality or below average, you can run it for average, and then you're going to improve it to high, then you can run it for a high. So you can always click on re-estimate and estimate the value based on those parameters. Let's say that you extended to 1 more bedroom and 10 more square meters, then you can run it again with the re-estimate. So it's quite valuable. And then you can use this value, or you can use your own one. For this example, I will just use 100K. You can do the same for the rental income, click estimate and get the rental income. Then you just need to decide if you're going to use to buy this property with a mortgage, a buy-to-let mortgage, or cash purchase. Then click proceed to buy-to-let. You will see that you will get immediately some information about the property, the Google map, and the results. So here it's very important to see. So you have 3 tabs: results, summary, and postcode information. Okay, the results are based on the data that you inputted in the beginning, but on some assumptions that the platform made for you. So if you go to the summary, so you can see that your input was purchase price 100K and expected net 795. So the platform calculated the stamp duty, which was increased to 5% for you, estimated closing cost of 1,300, estimated refurb cost of 0 in this case because it's a vanilla buy to let, but you can change it. And based on that, these are like the total purchase costs. Also, the property value estimated as the purchase price, which is not always the case. So what can you do? Click on the edit icon, and you can change. Let's say that I think that the property value actually is 110, but I was able to purchase it under market value. The stamp duty, let's say it's okay. Closing costs, I can click on the advanced link. Then I can break down, okay, legal fees, perhaps I need to pay more. I also have agent fee to pay, an auction fee. I can add all the closing costs that I have to make this analysis more accurate. Click save. And then I can go back to the result. So I can go do it for each section, purchase details, the loan details, for which I can play with the rate. We calculate the average rate right now, but perhaps you can get it with a better rate. And the monthly operating costs. Okay, so let's get back to the results. So here we calculated how much cash investments you need to put, and with the breakdown in the tooltip, what would be the net annual cash flow over the first year. This is the short-term metrics. What will be your return on capital deployed? So you're going to deploy 32.5. What will be the return? This basically, again, it's a short term, so we calculate it for the next 12 months. The gross yield, cap rate, and more. We'll not get into those metrics. Then the long-term metrics. So let's say that I keep this property for 10 years. Okay, I can change this parameter and see how the metrics will change accordingly. So here you can see that we have three default scenarios, like three scenarios: default scenario, best case, and worst case. Okay, so the default scenario, we take the annual property appreciation from the postcode. Occupancy rate, we assume 95%. This basically it's opposite of vacancy. For an example, 92% means 1 month every year the property will be with no tenants. Annual rent appreciation, we assume 2%. Annual inflation, we assume 3%. You can change those defaults. If you change it here from the deal analyzer and click save, it will be stored only on this deal. If you want to manage the account assumptions, click on Manage Scenario Settings or go to your settings page under the tab called Customization. All right. And here you can see the platform assumptions. Okay. So if you want to change it to all deals, you can change it from here. But once you saved an assumption on a specific deal, it will be stored on this deal. It basically will override it. Then you can define your best case assumptions and your worst case assumptions. So this is also very important to calculate your potential return for the long term. And again, you can always play with the details. And we created those sliders for you to make it easier to see if, let's say, that you were able to purchase it only with 105, what it will do to your metrics. So in this case, now I need to put down more cash in the beginning. But if I was able to purchase it even lower, then I can see my returns improving. But perhaps it's not so significant. So perhaps I can still be okay with 100. Okay. So this slider is basically the way to optimize the price you are going to offer on this specific deal. So this is the deal analyzer. Sorry, most important tab, postcode information. So this is very important to understand the area. So you can see the capital growth in this postcode for the last 5 years. Some statistics about rental. So you can see rental prices based on property type in this area and some other important metrics. You can see what are the average asking prices now in this area based on property type. So important, comparables. So here you can find properties that basically actual sales in the last few months with the addresses and the sale price and based on property type. You can see some data about the council tax, the local crime statistics, demographics about election, commute methods, age distribution, and some data about schools in this area. So it's a quick due diligence on the area of the property you're about to purchase. Postcode information is available. On the basic plan, you have only 3, but if you are premium, you can use it unlimited. And again, go to the settings page if you want to use the coupon code for this webinar and upgrade to premium. Click upgrade, click add coupon, enter the coupon code webinar 1211, click apply, and you can get it for 49.5 for the first year only 49.5, and then second year it will go to 99. So very valuable. The postcode information is also available on our premium plan. Okay, so this was the deal analyzer, and what I did now for buy to let, you can do for flip and BRR, and on BRR you can also actually on all strategies you can also download a report, and you can share this report with others that if you want to get some feedback about your deal, so you can get a summary. The report's available on our premium plan. Okay, before we go to the next topic, Amir, you wanted to jump in and say something, yeah?
Hey everyone. So I was just I wanted to say about the postcode information. It's something that I really love to kind of share with people that I do the demos for, is that you can basically look in a certain area that you're interested in, and you can find a neighborhood that you're interested in, a road that you're interested in. You do your research, you know that you're looking for a flat, and then basically you could see, let's say, the going price for a 2-bedroom or for a 3-bedroom. And then what you could do is you could go into the alert tab in the sourcing alert tab, and just say, if you know that the price is, let's say, 150,000 for a 3-bedroom, so you could say, I'm looking for anything under 120. So you have an alert, and if anything comes available further down the line in 1 or 2 months, you're the first person to know, because you've done your research and you know what you're looking for, you know your budget, you know your area, you know that it's a good going price. So there's a lot of value here also that you can create just from using, basically utilizing the different tools of the platform to find under market value properties, which could be really useful. There was a question here about under market value. So that's one of the ways that you can use the platform to find really great deals.
All right. Thanks, Amir. Now, last topic for today is the finance section. So the blood for property investment is funding. So on Lendlord, you can find your finance options integrated into the platform. So let's say that you analyze a deal on the deal analyzer. You have this button, finance this deal. If you click it, the Lendlord is connected to a sourcing system. So we have live products for mortgage lenders. So you can see products that might be good fit to finance this specific deal. You can click on more products to get an advanced search. You can also see if you purchase on an under limited company, different products are available. So you can see all the products. And it's also available from the finance menu. I will show you in a sec. So this is from each deal on the deal analyzer, you can see the options for a mortgage, or if you want to get some terms for bridging finance, you can see it as well here. Then on the finance tab, so if you go to obtain finance, mortgage/remortgage, it's the same page. But what I want to show you here is that you can sort this table. So you can see perhaps low rates, but perhaps the fees are higher than other products. So you can either order this list by initial rate from the highest to the lowest, or the opposite, or you can also order by fees or total cost. Total cost will calculate. So this is the product. This product is like this list is for 2 years product, fixed product. So we calculate the fees and the interest that you need to pay for the fixed term, and then we calculate the total cost. So you can also compare the table by that. Now, if the platform will also do some stress tests for the portfolio that you manage on Lendlord, and will eliminate lenders that are not available. And also we'll stress test the property itself. So let's say that I will reduce their monthly rental income to £100, let's say. So lenders will look to see that your rental income will cover the mortgage payment under some market situation of higher interest rates. So you can see that in this case, I didn't pass any test of any lender because the rental income was too low. So Lendlord in the background is doing these checks for you as well. Having said that, it still cannot be 100%, but we have Lendlord Finance, our broker team, that can help. And the way to start an application or just to get the mortgage illustration is to click on the review mortgage illustration, then add some more data, and get your mortgage illustration. Usually same day, but it can be up to 24 hours during working days. The nice thing with submitting it's not an inquiry actually to Lendlord, is that you can see all the steps to completions and track the applications from your Lendlord account. And so once you have the mortgage offer, you will get a notification and you can review your mortgage offer online. You can see the status of the legal processing and the potential completion date. Everything is tracked here. So it's a great way to get a mortgage using using Lendlord account. And another thing is bridging finance. So bridging is a great tool if you purchase a property in an auction, or you need to do some refurbishment to a property, if it's a flip strategy, buy to sell, or a BRR strategy. So usually you need either to purchase in cash or to use bridging finance. So with Lendlord, you can get terms for bridging finance quite quickly. Just need to fill in this questionnaire. And then it will be very similar to what I just showed you on the mortgage side. You will get an online application. Just need to click proceed. And then again, we will need some more information, but we can generate terms for you, and you can see the indicative terms and basically instruct the process based on your urgency and your need for the finance. So you use many defaults just to help you put all the information. Then you can review the information, click proceed. Can you review your indicative terms? This is subject to underwriting. Then you can go to upload documents. If you recall the section My Documents, you can just copy the documents from there to here. But if not, you can upload documents from your computer, from your file system. And then the platform will do the underwriting, Usually in the same day, you will receive the heads of terms. Then the stage, it will be like evaluation, legal processing, and then funds can be released. So you can either see options for bridging finance or buy-to-let mortgage slash remortgage, or product transfers as well. And you can track your applications online. All right, so this was the overview about the Lendlord platform. And of course, there are so many features. So if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can get more content, or you can schedule demos with our I mean, we'll share the link tree, or you can approach us on this chat box. And we're trying to answer usually quickly, but it might take time from time to time. We're trying to get back to everyone. So feel free to put some bug reports, suggestions from you for new features, or if you can ask questions to help you do better with Lendlord. And before we go to the questions, I want to remind you, stress again about the benefit of the premium plan discount during this webinar time. Go to your settings page or click on the link that Amir shared on the chat. Click upgrade, click add coupon, enter webinar 1211, click apply, and you will get the premium plan for the entire year for 49.5 only for the first year. So hurry up and do it. Very valuable. Now let's see if we have some questions. Amir, you want to see if we have, or if you want, you can also raise your hand, and we will open your microphone if you want to ask the question. Okay, let me pick some questions from the chat. Start from the bottom.
Yeah, so I think I've actually answered a lot of the questions.
Yeah, but perhaps it's worth it, just
Yeah,
answer
perfect.
out loud if
Yeah.
I need to demo something. Let's see. Okay, the Mason just asked, the mortgage deals shown on Lendlord, are the rate the same as in the lender's own website, or do you get a better deal from Lendlord? Okay, so basically we have like all brokers usually will get the same sourcing system that we use. So the lenders populate their products into those sourcing systems, but each broker use a mortgage club. Usually that mortgage club can get some exclusive rates. So they might be slightly different from other brokers, but I think usually it will be the same rates for everyone. But timing is important. So live feed is important, that we have the live feed so you can see. For instance, last week we had a Bank of England rate. Was a cut of 2.25. So there might be now impact on the mortgage rate. So you can go to your Lendon account and see if there is a change. So yeah, it's a live feed, but I cannot promise that we have exclusive products, but we do use a mortgage club that might offer those. Okay.
There was a question here from Mark, not at 927. Mark is asking regarding the taxation requirements of HMRC. So basically, if you could just say a tiny bit about the tax and how to create a tax report on the platform, how that works.
Yes. So yeah, I think perhaps it's good to, we have a webinar. Perhaps we can share the link with Mark afterwards. Just
Okay, perfect.
But the best, in a high level, if you manage your transactions, switch this account, your transactions on Lendlord, then you can go to the reports page, review the P&L report, and then click on file your tax return. Yeah, I need to create a token. So basically here you will have the ability to create an account on Entide. Entide is a tax platform, but this is only available for individuals, not for companies. So if you as an individual need to file your tax return, in a few clicks you can do this process, and we have a webinar just for that. Let me see. How accurate are the estimates on house prices and rental income? It is a very good tool, but just wondering how the algorithm works. So we have aggregate data, but we also use API of property data, our partner. So it's based on a lot of data points, okay? So, and because of that, when we estimate the value, we need some information from the borrower. The platform will populate some of the information that it already knows. For instance, if you go from the sourcing tabs. But based on other properties in this area that they have this property type and this range of construction date, this range of size, number of bedrooms. So based on the parameters that you put on this specific property, it should be quite accurate because it's based on a lot of data of similar properties that were sold or now available for sale. If it's fully accurate, no, I don't think it will not replace a surveyor or value that inspect the property, but it will definitely provide you with indication. Same goes for rental income. And you can always go to the postcode information page to get more information about this postcode and to see some comparables there and to see average asking prices and more. I